Who would like to do a recap of last week for inspiration?
Oh, don't leave that up to me. I missed a lot of details. I'm not proud to say that. I'm just
I cleaned
horrible
the
at memory
stove.
this week.
A man after my own heart.
Yeah, that sounds like Sean. We if it's all right, I'll do it. We made it to town. What was the name of this city, Sean?
This is the village of Oakenstall.
Oakenstall. I kept thinking dwarf something, but that's Oakenshield coming to mind. Um uh
Nerd.
you're sitting and playing D&D too, Ted. uh, we made it to Oakenstall after having been uh asked after by some Bastion militia on the road. We pointed them in the direction of the Horps, and we made it to town. We were advised to stay in the lovely Manticore's Tail Tavern, um, and we've had a pretty good time here. A couple of us have opted in to finding and maintaining gunk in the kitchen. Some people became the object of racial harassment, and all around a pleasant time. A couple people got a little insight into Kalawunex's weirdness. We as a table heard about his buddy Cal, who, no, sorry, that that's your nickname. His buddy who is some
Brian,
weirdo who is in the body of Brian Flowers who will die tomorrow.
tonight.
Um, and there is, due to his, likely anyway, due to his presence in this village, blue cabbage, which is on everybody's mind, I guess. But it is very likely that there will be no more blue cabbage upcoming. Um, the shitty racists made a big deal about um trying to get their way and getting us to fuck off. But we did break some noses. Brom and his dickbags have left with the promise that they would find us again. And we said we wouldn't fight in the tavern anymore.
An angry gnomish bartender.
I like her. I don't want to piss her off, but
Excellent. Yes, that is the long and short of it. Go ahead and give yourself some inspiration. um, you all have taken your rest for the evening. It is now the morning. The morning has come to us all. Um, it's Let's see, what is the weather today? Not bad. It's actually pretty sunny, lightly cloudy. Um, it's the morning. It's about let's say currently around 8 a.m. 8:30. Um, the day is yours. So what would you all like to get up to?
Real quick, I looked at the cabbage last night, and Rainer
You
was gonna
did.
help.
Yes, that is correct. Yes, cool. Rainer and Merv, you were looking at this cabbage. What are you doing?
Uh, I'll do an alchemist supplies rolls on it.
and I'll help.
All right.
I don't know if
Um,
I'll be
at,
able to get that gravel all the night. Ugh.
Well, luckily I got advantage. It's it feels like with Merv's luck though. Yep, 11.
okay. um, Alchemically, what exactly are you doing with this cabbage?
Uh, Merv's alchemy supplies are really just like a bunch of like tubes of random like different magic, quote unquote, magically charged like bog waters. So it's really just putting the like bits of the cabbage in some of these and seeing if it changes colors or if it like catches fire. There's not a great system to it. It's a lot of like pouring stuff out in a cup and then putting the cabbage in the cup and seeing what the liquid does.
Yeah, shaking it around a little
Yeah.
bit, listening to it,
Smelling it. A lot of smelling it.
Yeah, a lot of
I
smell and occasional taste.
I think Rainier does like start out with like some knives and other tools like prepared for dissection, and then like similarly like cutting and burning things to like see what color of flames have different effect. But
You're,
like you're just sticking things in jars, and then he just kind of puts his hands up and
you're gonna
like
want to put a like scarf up over. He like pulls his blue scarf up over his nose, like this, because smell's gonna get something. I mean, you don't have to, but
You find over the course of about a half hour of messing about with this cabbage, dissecting it, and trying its seeing how it reacts to different chemicals and reagents. This appears to be normal in every way, just blue.
if it matters, it did not add my proficiency bonus to it.
What is your proficiency bonus?
I think just 2.
2. Okay, so that would
Yeah.
be total of
13.
13. Okay. Um
You know,
yeah, for 13, yeah,
it's
as
blue.
far as you can tell, it's just cabbage. It tastes a little sweet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put some of this in a couple places, just sort of let it steep, see if that does anything.
you actually try burning it and trying to measure the caloric value of it yet.
What? Why would you do that? Oh, you think? Oh, you think it? You think it does? It's like better food.
I don't know, but that
Food.
might be. I think that might be the.
I mean,
If we're not seeing anything magical off of it, that might be the only.
you want to do that or?
Yeah. But I've already done the help action, so I don't
Yeah.
think I got a re-roll.
No, that's just you finding its caloric.
Yeah.
Presumably, you determine is cabbage.
Yeah, you come to a revelation. It is cabbage.
It's indeed cabbage.
Well, if it's a little sweeter, it might have had more sugar in it. But now we know it doesn't. Okay, weird. And with that, I will be going to bed.
Right. Well, this was fun. We should do this again soon. You should show me some of your confangled tools for stuff.
This is a Bunsen burner.
Right. I mean, you could just like, you know, he like gestures to what is clearly like a little like torch in a bottle that he just drops a match into and it lights on fire. That'll
Suppose
burn
I
for
could.
a
Suppose
long
I
time.
could. Hmm.
And then all you gotta do is like make the top smaller or bigger. A little bit of cloth. Just gotta wet the cloth first.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Right.
Excellent. Discoveries are made. Science has been performed.
I think science has been performed, but discoveries have not been made.
Ostensibly. Leave
The
that in the jug.
A new day dawns across Oakenstall. The morning comes. It is your day. What would you all like to do?
I am going to start by taking one of my hammers out and going through a little prayer ceremony. I am making sure to explicitly say this time that I'm using Blessing the Forge on my weapon.
Okay, very cool.
I'm gonna go buy a couple vials if the general store here sells them. Couple
Okay.
vials and like a jug. I think a vial costs like a gold each. So I'll buy like 3 of them.
Yeah, that is correct. A vial is a gold each. Okay.
It's
Um,
expensive.
so let's break down what everyone is doing for the day. Um, looks like Merv is heading out to shop. Uh, is anyone like what are people's plans?
Um, as Cal wakes up and sort of carouses around a little bit, um, does he hear any word about the discovery of a dead Brian Flowers?
Amazing. That you would ask that. Early in the morning, as you like head downstairs,
Mhm.
and to anyone else who heads downstairs, there are patrons in the bar. A fairly different set, some familiar faces, but mostly different people. You also don't see Gunloda. There's a different kind of a human female with brown hair. She looks to be like maybe in her mid 20s or so, behind the bar, taking people's food and breakfast orders, that sort of thing. There is the smell of breakfast in the air, different kinds of meats and vegetables. There's also you can see on the bar top itself. There's a little platter of like baked goods, little pastries and whatnot that are for sale, as well. Um, you head down and you don't hear anything in terms of like conversation coming through the room. Inquiring with the bartender, who introduces herself as Beverly. Um, she says, I mean, I heard that he bought people a bunch of. No, it was his bet, right? His bet paid off. Wait, are
Yes,
you the
one and the same.
That's incredible. Incredible. I don't. How did he? You gotta tell me. How did he do it?
I don't know myself. He's an incredible fellow, Mr. Flowers.
He's nice. He's nice. Um.
Very fine individual.
Yeah, that's so strange. I mean,
I
like
was
after
hoping
all
to
this
see him this.
time.
I was hoping to see him this very morning, but apparently he has not made an appearance yet.
Oh, he usually comes in at nighttime. He has
Hmm.
his family's farm is just out down the road a little bit. Cabbages, obviously.
Ah, wonderful. Well, he spends all day farming, then there's no hurry in me getting out there.
Sure, suit yourself. Can I get you anything to eat or drink?
Uh, now that you mention it, how about some ale, some toast, and some runny eggs?
All right, 4 silver.
Wonderful. Um,
Um,
and just so I'm clear, I now have general instructions or directions on how to get to Brian Flowers' house.
yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
It's essentially like just on the outskirts of town proper, not
Mhm,
outside the town. There's a lot of
mhm.
farms that like it's a lot farming community. So like some of
Yep.
the smaller ones are more in town. Yeah, he's about 3 houses down. She gives you a general idea of it.
Excellent.
Um, okay. Hang on. We'll just go down the list. What's Amber up to?
I'll be snacking. Once she has finished the ritual over this hammer, she will come down, get some breakfast, see the plate of pastries, and just sort of eye them a little warily and then try a couple, however much that is, and uh, then just go sit at one of the tables for breakfast.
Yeah, sure.
Just wait for
Um,
everyone to come down.
There's a variety of, you can order meats, vegetables, eggs, all that kind of stuff for it. The morning meals, all the breakfasts end up being around 4 silver. The pastries are 5 copper apiece. They're okay. You've had better.
Yeah, you can use pressure butter for your croissants. I'm
What's
just gonna
that,
be
dear?
sitting over here. Nothing.
What's Dom up to?
Doug, you muted?
Sorry, I was muted. Yep, sorry about that. Great question. I don't know if he's really up to anything. He received a beating last night, so I don't think he's trying to create any problems right now.
Okay, cool. I mean, are you hanging out in your room? You hanging down the bar?
No, I'd be downstairs hanging out with everyone. I'd just mostly be keeping to myself.
Okay, cool. Very good. What about Layla's? What's Layla's?
Um, right now, I'm just gonna go downstairs, grab some breakfast. You know, maybe just munch on some rolls, and then I was gonna head to try to find the local shop around the area and just see what's for sale.
Cool. What about Rainier?
He'll stop down for breakfast to let everyone know that he's planning on going to the shop and ask if anyone needs anything from the general store if they're interested in coming with.
I'll join.
Oh, could you get me a few vials?
I'm not buying them for you.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't asking you.
Okay, just
Just
wanted to be
like,
very clear.
yeah. Puts out like 3 gold coins. Wait. I don't know how much a mess kit is, but get like 2 of those.
You're awfully
Why?
hungry.
What?
Why would you need two?
Just in case.
Yeah, sure.
Puts another gold down. I'll be in my room. I think I still got. I'm gonna try to take advantage of the fact that I got free room for at least another day. Uh, I got some stuff to work on.
Amber, do you need to go?
I'll tag along.
He kind of like points his fingers at everyone else at the table, looking if anyone else wants to go out.
I will go.
As
Very kind. I think I'm going to go visit my friend this morning. Tom, would you like to join me?
I don't think anybody should go off on their own because that Brum seemed pretty mad.
I'm happy to
About
go.
to say,
Wonderful. I've got a companion then. Should be fine.
around this time, Beverly steps around and serves out everyone's, remaining food and checks on everyone's drinks and everything. And she kind of like eyes the group of you and says, "Wait, you're the folk that came in on the caravan last night, right?"
yeah, some of them.
Yeah, the same ones that kicked Brom and his friends' asses.
I point to like Ember and Laylis.
Well, I just want to say that I'm a big fan. When I heard what happened, I almost died laughing.
Yes, that was
That
us. It was most definitely us.
Well, I gotta tell you, you absolutely made my day, my week, probably my year. It's about time someone took Brom Whittingham down a peg or two.
Yeah, no, is he just a local dipshit, or does he actually like do something around here that keeps people from throwing him out?
He's an asshole, is what he is. mostly harmless, but his family owns land, but his parents
Oh,
passed away back, so he just receives people's rent money and barely manages his own sheep farm outside town. Him and his
oh,
goons like to hang out at his place there.
wonderful.
Well, like we said, we'll keep an eye out and no one go wandering town on your own.
Well, let me know if you need anything. And she goes around and goes around checking with other people's tables, making sure that they're all good.
You-
All right. Sounds like we have two different parties. Some people are doing shopping. Some people are heading out to see about Mr. Flowers. Um, as you all exit the village proper, I'm just gonna put you on the village map. Um, this here is this building. Yeah. Hold on. This building here is the like stables area. This building here is the main like it is the store in town. As you look around, like everything else is residential, and then there's the store, and then this building here is the inn itself. And those of you who woke up very early to the sound of roosters crowing in the back of the inn itself, that's they get a lot of fresh chicken, fresh eggs. Um, let's see, it's Dom and Cal heading to Brian Flowers, which is going to be down this way, and then everyone else heading to the store here. Um, cool. Um, at the when you step outside, stepping outside the inn, there's a lot of people going about, their daily business. It's a small town, but like pretty busy. A lot of people, going about, seem to be trading what goods they have, eggs for grain, that sort of thing. People just, checking in, seeing how, they're doing as they're going about their daily chores and everything. You do notice, those of you stepping out of the inn, you see the three caravan leaders, Aaron, Hubert, and Andre. And they're in a very heated discussion with someone at the. When you guys came in, you would have seen the basically like the person heading the stable itself. They seem to be in a very heated discussion with the stable master. A lot of kind of arms flying in the air. Every now and then you can catch some raised voices. And the stable master seems very exasperated. You also see a younger boy, maybe in his early teens, kind of standing next to him, holding his head. He looks like a little injured. Um, and that seems to be like the thing that's happening in town that catches people's attention, but they continue on their day.
Hey, Legolas, you have any you by chance be able to pick up anything that they're saying from over here?
I do apologize. I had to use the bathroom. Um, no, I don't believe I do at the moment, but I could try to get closer and find out. I do love a good story. Hello?
We can
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Um, uh, cool. You break off and get a little closer and try to hear. Are you trying to be like surreptitious about your approach? I mean, these are people that like so like you're trying to be sneaky, or are you just walking up?
At this moment, I would want to be sneaky, so that way they don't change or nobody stops talking.
Sure, yeah. You don't need to roll stealth, like they're not really paying attention, right? So you can get kind of as close as you want to, as you feel comfortable, to where you can hear, which is going to be just shy the like around the well is when you're gonna start hearing that, right? So you kind of just meander a bit, and you hear them talking. You hear Aaron saying, "Well, this is why we paid extra to make sure this sort of thing didn't happen, right? I mean, I recall you charging 2 gold extra to make sure someone watches over everything. I mean, it was locked, right? Yeah, it was locked, all right? I mean, what kind of business you think I'm running here? All right, I even had my boy sleeping, in the barn, looking over everything. All right, how am I supposed to, think about someone breaking in, smacking them over the head with a shovel? All right, I mean, I can't account for everything that happens in the world. You know that. This is absolutely unacceptable. I mean, we're gonna have to do an inventory and just double check everything now.
Hmm. Hmm. Gonna go back over here to Ember and Rainier. Um, well, it sounds like they got robbed, and that some of the stuff, I don't know how much, but some of it may be missing. And it happened in the middle of the night. The kid holding his head, he didn't get abused. I don't know if we're all thinking that. He didn't get hit, not by like his family or anybody. He got hit over the head with a shovel, as far as everybody knows.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
But
Oh,
we can. They said they're going to do an inventory check, so we can let them handle it and then question it later, or we could try to figure it out on our own. But I did have another plan that I was hoping we might be able to do today.
let's hear it.
Oh, I definitely just wanted to go and rob. What was his name again? What was his name?
Brom,
Prom?
Yes, I wanted to go and rob Brom. I heard he was collecting gold, and I figured if he's being like an asshole, why not just take it away from him? We're not gonna be here long anyway.
right, well,
But like they're guards
yeah, I do
and
admire the spirit, but
Well, we heard that he was, having a hard time with the sheep in the front and such. So what if they just miraculously got free? The fence was broken. They had other distractions to handle. We caused other fights. We just broke off and then robbed them and then just suddenly disappeared. I'm just saying. I'm not one for advocating to steal from everybody, but he doesn't seem like he would. It wouldn't really harm anybody if he got stole from.
all right, I'll try to break this down a little bit. My job here is to make sure in our trip to Miras that nobody gets hurt to the best of my ability. And if you happen to get yourself arrested, I did done a bad job, especially if I am knowing that that is what you were planning on doing. However, I'm not entirely opposed to this plan.
Now, I'm not saying we have to be the ones to do it. However, what we can do, right, is we do have a thief in the group. He is very capable of stealing. And I have this thing for invisibility, right? So if we can figure out an escape in and escape out, he can walk in freely, steal it, and walk out. I'm just suggesting opportunities. We all get rich, and other guy just gets fucked.
I-
oh
I put
Dawson
much,
is-
I put much thought into this.
you did. How how's about that is something we propose to others, and if that so takes their fancy, then at that time we can perhaps push in that direction. However, I do think that Brahm does have the flat intention of trying to beat the shit out of me, despite the fact that I did not lay a finger on him.
We
So
can use that as bait, just as a FYI.
that's a good point. I don't know that I like that idea, but I will keep it in mind.
All right, very well. We can continue shopping. That was just my own idea.
I don't want to. I'll just put it out there. I'm not entirely opposed to this plan. I just don't think it's maybe not the first thing in the morning that we'd be trying that one out.
No, 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 not obviously not during the day. We would do this at night.
Do you normally rob livestock?
No, we're not robbing the livestock. We're setting them free. We're gonna alleviate them from his care, if you will.
Mhm.
But we won't be interfering with them. Just maybe the fence that's holding them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ember, how do you feel about this?
It's
I'm
it's
a,
it's always a no.
I'm Ron's an ass, but like, do we really want to? We're here with the caravan. We don't want to get them in trouble.
But if we plan this
That
out
is
correctly,
correct.
we don't have to do this today. We can do this the night before we leave, and then just leave.
Okay, but I feel like that just makes it even more obvious that the caravan had something to do with it.
We
Yeah,
can work
my
out the details. This was
All right,
all like,
that's
as
fair.
of this morning kind of plan. This is just an opportunity arising to become rich.
Yeah. Okay, but it's just a little off the head thing, not really. Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
yeah, yeah. I will say I have spent not insignificant time with the militia, and I would be concerned that even if we were to skip town, especially since the old road is maintained by the militia, there's outposts and other things that do waylay information. It's not entirely certain that we would be able to get away with this entirely scot free once we've left Oakenstall, but I do like where your head is going. You have a good sense of justice for a piece of shit local, and I personally admire that.
We can work out the details. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Now, as for what appears to have been stolen goods on the behalf of the caravan, are we interested in going and checking that out right now, or should we? Or I for one am interested in going and speaking to them and just making sure everything is as
Yeah.
good as it can be.
On that one, talking to them at the moment doesn't seem like the best of options because they don't know what's missing or who may have been the suspect. So they would still be questioning things that we would be asking. We
It's
can
fair
let them
enough.
start the inventory and then go question things. Because if they lie like while they're doing the inventory, we can obviously see if we have recollection of what was there.
Okay.
Fair enough. We can go to the general store and swing by on the way back.
I like that.
How you feel, Ember?
Seems like a good plan. Seems like a good idea.
All right.
Can I just? She holds up the boxed healer's kit in two hands. That's a nasty head wound. I'll meet you inside. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, that kid certainly has brain damage. Go do what you can.
The poor kid. The poor kid.
Poor kid got hit with a shovel. I'll be right. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Dawson, I love where your head's at.
No, it's so good. Took a real turn.
I'm here for a sense of justice. I support the people.
Yeah, I'm way into it.
Oh god. Sick. Cool. The two of you, I mean, the three of you all see the sign of this general store. It's called Odds and Assortments. The two of you head inside, and Amber, you head down to check on the injury. Um, as the two of you, I'm just gonna put you heading down there. Rainer, as Rainier and Laylis enter in, there's a fair amount of people in here as well. I'd say about like half a dozen or so. It's a small kind of like, if you ever been in those like just real small town shops where like this store is sells all the stuff for the town. There's what limited like kind of like stuff for like there's like things for animal husbandry in here. There's like raw grain, like raw trade materials in here for people. There is you see items like barrels that have like rudimentary kind of like swords that are like clearly too old, but are like in there. Some hunting equipment, kind of just a mishmash of all sorts of stuff, really suiting the name odds and assortments. Um, you enter in and you see a gentleman, a human male, looks about like early 40s, mostly balding, no comb over, but has that like monk along the back edge of the head kind of hair. And he waves goodbye to customers that he's helping and then sees you two enter. Says, new faces, come in, come in. How can I help you?
Um, I'm just here to browse, see what might pique my interest, maybe find something of
Oh, we
not
have
too
all
sure
sorts
yet.
of things here.
Hmm, I'll keep that in mind. I just want to go walk around looking.
Sure. Yeah, you walk around. There's there's about like 4 rows of like kind of fairly well built shelving that there's like product on,
Ooh.
um, and just a variety of like kind of general supplies, some adventure gear. There are mess kits. There's one whole mess kit, and then another mess kit that's like missing some of the items. Kind of like a secondhand kind of vibe to everything.
Ah, okay. Okay. I like ask Rainier. I'm like, isn't this what Merv wanted? With some mess kits?
Yeah, and I think this fucked up one might actually. I think you might like it.
Okay.
Uh, so I pick those up. And as I'm like browsing, and I ask the clerk, uh, you carry crossbow bolts by chance?
I might have a few. Most people do bow hunting around here, but um, let me see what I got. And he heads into like a little back area. You hear some things shifting around. And he comes back out with a crate with some like hay in there for padding, and pulls out 2 dusty cases. Opens one up, and one is filled with bolts. And the second one is filled 3/4 of the way with bolts. It only has about 15 in there. This is about all we got as far as crossbow bolts, though. I assume it's for that thing there. It's just pointing to the crossbow. I'm assuming you carry with you all the time.
Yeah, just across the back, harnessed.
Damn,
And
that
he,
thing's big.
yeah, it's heavy as hell. Um, but this might do. And he just picks up a couple and like uh, inspects them for you know accuracy and such.
Yeah,
Um,
they look good. The wood is not rotted. They'll hold up. For the need that you for what you need them for.
Perfect.
Do you gold for the full set? For the other one, just call it 5 silver.
Generous.
Ooh.
And I'll pull out 2 gold for him to break.
All right, he does so.
Laylas, are you a bowsman?
Yes. I haven't used it yet, but yes, yes,
You haven't used it yet.
I have not.
You saying ever?
No, no. Since we've met.
Oh, well, that's good. I'd feel better. I would be a little concerned if you were just wearing it for decoration.
Uh, always got to look good. Always have to. Always have to.
Now,
Uh,
do you need any? Do you need arrows? I mean, if this town hunts and they use arrows, they at least have those.
Not any arrows, but do you happen to have any what would you call it? Any magical items or focusers or anything
Oh,
that you
that
could
sort
think
of
of?
sore. We don't have much in the way of that. Most folk around here wouldn't be able to afford anything. That sort of business. I do. Let me. I might still have something though. Let me check in the back. I don't know if it's still here or if it got tossed out in the renovation. Um, he leaves for a few moments and comes back with a like a small wooden case
Ooh.
and sets it down and goes, all right, let me see here. And pulls out a ring of keys and like checks a few of them to see if it opens, and then one of them finally opens. Opens the case up, and inside is it's like a medallion, and it has like a little like it looks like a bug on the medallion itself, the actual like icon hanging from it.
Huh.
Um, the it's like a rolled linen, essentially. It's like a fibrous kind of necklace piece, and then the medallion itself seems to be carved from wood, but like well oiled wood itself.
Ooh. This
Yeah,
looks
I got.
nice.
Yeah, this thing's been kicking around for a long time. To be honest, I don't even know what the thing does, but someone traded it to me, told me it was magic, but they gave me such a good deal on it. I mean, I really couldn't pass it up.
What kind of deal did they give you?
Well, tell you what, if you're interested in it, sell it to you for 100 gold.
Uh, you can hold on to that. You can hold on to that. I'll just admire it from over here.
All right. Bona fide magic, believe me.
I do. I don't know if you believe it, but I do believe you.
He relocks the container and kind of just puts it under the counter for a bit. And looks at you. Anything else catch your fancy? Anything else old Justin can help you with?
Mm, no, not that I can think of. Unless
Do
if
you
that's your
have
only magical item, then no, I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're looking for magic, sort of trinkets and whatnot, I mean, you're better off going down to Bastion, honestly. But
Fair
you
enough.
know, if you can't spend 100 gold on something like this, I mean, I don't know how you gonna afford anything else. No offense, I'm sure you have plenty of money.
No offense taken. We can renegotiate tomorrow, maybe.
Laylis, are you in need of any other materials? Yeah, I mean, if you're into magic, do you have like a wand or I don't know, like a fig brand? I don't know much about that sort of practice, but
I have to go do some research, so I can come back again later and then look into it.
all right. And are you in need any rations for the rest of the trip?
Mm-mm.
I forgot how many days more we are expected to travel, Sean, or be on the
It
road anyway, or if that's
yeah,
been said.
from here to Maras itself is probably like 2 to 3 days, depending on travel conditions.
Ooh.
In that case, I'll just put down the one good and the one fucked up mess kit and a couple vials for Merv as
All
well
right.
and pay him with his gold.
Hell yeah, the vials are gold apiece. The mess kits are 2 silver for the good one, 1 silver for the messed up one. And it'll provide any change that you require.
I definitely just handed you 4 gold.
Yeah, I'll spend as much of that as I can and I'll bring you the couple copper that's gonna be left over.
Just buy me a few extra rations.
There you go. I'm letting you do that math, by the way.
Look, got it.
Mhm.
Yeah, rations are 5 silver apiece.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Essentially, the change ends up being like 4 silver or so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Say, Laylis, where are you from?
Oh, you caught me at the wrong moment.
So sorry.
Um, I'm not good at the memorization thing yet.
It's okay. None of us are.
Literally.
Finlanora, the forest of Finlanora.
What brings you to Manaf?
Oh, I
Morass.
just, I
Morass.
just want to travel after leaving the militia.
You were also in the militia?
I was. Not
I
really
give
a
you a
thing.
little 2-finger salute.
Oh,
Well,
well.
you would not have been in the Bashan militia.
Mm-hmm.
No.
This would have been like Finlanora's, like
Yeah.
their guard.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
I'm using militia with the lowercase m.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we were all on the same page. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I just wanted to see the world, see what was becoming of everybody out of where I was, and then just make new friends, see how life is. Different from what my people have been preaching. And so far it's doing well.
Kind of nods. Well, I hope Brom didn't put too much of a sour taste in your mouth for small town folk.
Not a sour taste. It has the aftertaste of I would like to pay him a visit, if you will.
No, you did make that very clear. I haul up the quiver cases and begin walking out.
As there's the jingle of a bell as you go through the door, and you hear Justin calling after you, "Come back anytime." You step out into the sunlight, into Oakenstall, and we're gonna jump over to Cal and Dominic. You two are walking down a path. You have a general idea of where it is you need to head to, Cal. Anything you guys get up to on the way?
Not not from Cal's sake. He's just sort of keeping an eye out, staying aware of his bearings, knowing that they did get into a fight last night, and so is just trying to stay aware, see what the surroundings look like, how dense or sparse the you know um, surrounding area is.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Can I also make one?
You sure can.
For similar reasons. I just haven't been here, so might as well go the area.
Okay, very good. The two of you, are keeping an eye out, assessing the area a bit. You see people tending to their gardens and doing field work and that sort of thing. Some kids running around. As you pass by Cal, occasionally someone will look up and then catch your eye and just trail you with their eyes, watching you as you go. And that happens a few times as you catch people's notices. But overall, it just seems to be people, going about their business.
Excellent. Well, Dom, uh, I don't know how much you caught last night, but turns out I have a friend in town, Brian Flowers, and we did have quite a bit to drink, although he did leave before the fight, but I still thought it would be nice to check up on him this morning, make sure he's doing okay.
Do you think something might have happened?
Well, I'm just surprised. He apparently won a lot of money when I arrived in town yesterday, and I thought for sure that we'd see him this morning, and he was nowhere to be found. So I just thought, well, if word got round, perhaps to the Bomb Willingness fellow and his clan, then maybe there might have been trouble. So I thought perhaps we should just check in, make sure everything's okay.
Sounds friendly enough to me. How well do you know this guy?
Well, that is a complicated question, Tom. Um, I concurrently, I just met Mr. Flowers last night, and yet it's like I've known him all my life.
Hmm.
And as I said, he did win a lot of money on apparently a very long-standing bet that I would arrive in town last evening. It's why I presume we find so many eyes following me this morning, that in my glorious attire, of course.
He doesn't owe you money, does he?
Oh, no, Lord, no. Uh, Mr. Flowers is an upstanding gentleman, and I'm sure owes no one a penny.
Okay, well, happy to tag along.
Wonderful.
After a few moments more, you find yourself standing looking at a rather humble looking single story home, thatch roof, wood construction, and you can see there's like some mostly all together fencing, and within the fencing there's like two goats, and then you see a whole bunch of that blue cabbage as well.
And are there
Separated from the
other
goats, but the goats don't eat it, of course.
right? I know this is a farm and it's on the city's edge. Are there other farms within sight, or is he
Ye-
just sort of
yes.
isolated?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are other
There's others.
farms within sight.
Yep, 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 yep.
I gotta ask, how did he come into such money?
Oh well, his parents lived here their whole lives, and he was an only child. Um, the blue cabbage has been a boon for the town and the farmers in the town. His parents have passed away, as parents do as they get older, leaving him the sole proprietor of a fairly robust blue cabbage farming business.
Well, that's lovely. I mean,
Yes, I agree. Um, let's well, let me just knock and see if he's in, and I'll go up and knock on the door.
You knock on the door. A few moments pass.
Mhm.
No answer. You hear the baying of goats.
Mhm. Is I'd like to turn the handle, or just see if the door is locked or unlocked.
Opens right up.
Okay. Um, I'll turn to Tom. Listen, I'm a little concerned. Let's walk around the back and make sure no one has broken in.
smart choice. Um, yeah, I'll take point because I feel like my experience with Cal in the past has shown that he's not the guy that should be in front.
Oh, that's an excellent idea. Thank you.
Yeah, would like to walk around to check for alternate entrances.
Cool. You walk around the back of this place.
As
In the
we're
back.
walking around the back, right?
Mhm.
I'm looking for a spot where I feel like we would be unseen by any of the neighbors.
Mm. Um, yeah, it's, I mean, certainly around the back of the house.
Okay.
There's some like you can see some other houses like in a short walk's distance, but nobody's paying attention, right?
Okay. Great.
um, and around the back of the house, you see there's the cabbages laid out in neat little rows, and you see there's farming tools and utensils leaned up against the house. It seems like whoever's that Brian has been taking very good care of his little garden here. There is a back door to this place. It is also closed.
Okay. I'll turn the
And
knob on the back
you see
door.
like some windows.
Yeah.
There's only about like 3 windows in the whole place.
Okay. I'll turn the knob on the back door.
Cool. Opens right up.
Uh, Let me check first.
Well, Tom, before you go in, a quick question. Might seem a little odd. Is there, do you have any ability to change your appearance at all?
Actually, hold on one second. Nope, I sure don't.
Hmm.
No, that's not my specialty.
Well,
I can create little
in that
images
case,
and sound.
maybe you should stay out here. Um, just in case anything nefarious has gone on inside, I wouldn't want anyone to have seen you or I going into the establishment. It might prove difficult to explain.
Not a bad idea. Should we maybe come up with like a code word or something in case you need me?
Oh, well, I will certainly give you a signal that you can't miss if I find that I need you.
All right.
And I
Do you
will
want me
cast
here?
disguise self on myself. And I would like to look like Brown Withingham.
Okay.
Do you want me here at the front door?
Oh no, I would most definitely stay out of sight. And when I give you the signal, do your best to meet up with me in the stealthiest manner possible.
Got it. I would like to find a place to hide.
um there's some hay piles you could that are like tall enough you could crouch near to like hide or
Or jump
get
into.
in to hide.
Yeah, let's get in. Fuck it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you crawl into a hay pile and you feel deep within and you move it so you can still kind of see a little bit.
This
It
is
gets hot very quickly.
so fucking Looney Tunes. Boop, 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 boop. Jump in a fucking hay pile.
um uh
Love it.
cool. You're in a hay pile and you're Brom Whittingham.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Okay. Once I'm in the house and I'm in the house alone, right?
Mhm.
My understanding is that Brian Flowers' heart gave out on him last night, right? So that's what
That's
I'm expecting,
mhm.
right? Is that if he's here, he's dead, right? So I'm gonna quickly look around for the body to confirm that that is in fact the case.
Cool. You enter into this door leads into like a kitchen area here,
Mm-hmm.
and then connected into the kitchen is like the front dining room area.
Mm-hmm.
Modest. Everything's kind of small and connected. And then off of the kitchen, you see a room immediately off the kitchen, and the door is like slightly ajar. You
Yeah.
would also see there's also another set of rooms leading off of like the living room area as well.
Mhm.
Like one other room, that door is closed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm moving fast. I'm opening. I don't see him in a room, I'm walking into the next room or opening a door and looking in there because I mean, my assumption is that Brian Flowers is going to be the only person in this house, and he's
Yeah.
going to be dead.
Okay. Yeah. So you check the rooms. The door
Mm-hmm.
that is closed is a
Mm-hmm.
room that has like uh a room that seems like it's frozen in time
Mm-hmm.
and seems like it belongs to like there's a feminine touch to it. Seems like it
Mm-hmm.
belongs to like an older people.
Okay.
Um, but seems like looks as if it has been undisturbed in a long time. And then the door that's slightly ajar, you see lying in a bed,
Mm-hmm.
Brian Flowers laying on the bed.
Okay. I'll walk up to the body. Right. If the eyes are open, I will close them.
They are, one is open, one is closed.
Okay, fantastic. I will close that one eye. Ah, dear friend.
It pops
Um,
back open.
Mhm.
I'll pull the other eye open. Oh, dear friend, it was truly a joy to see you last night, and I'm sorry that this essence of you has come to an end. I will, when the time is right, I will do my best to give you an appropriate eulogy. Now, I would like to grab anything that's of value and I can stick in my pockets.
Sure. Cool. There is like a little nightstand on the bed. You next to the bed, you open some of the drawers and check a couple like knickknacks and that sort of
Mhm.
thing. You see one thing. It's like it looks like a chunk of silver, like a
Mhm.
raw chunk of silver.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely taking that.
Cool. You also see, quite obviously, like checking through the drawers, like that
Mhm.
seems to be the only thing of like real big value in the drawer. But
Mhm.
on top of the nightstand, you actually see a folded piece of paper, and it has Cal written on it on the top of it.
Well, I certainly take that. Open it up, read it.
Cool. You see that it's written in Draconic,
Mhm.
and it says, "My dearest Cal. I thought maybe you'd come check the body, so I left you this letter just in case.
Mm.
My time here has been, well, better than I thought it would be. And I find myself in these last moments almost wishing I could be here longer. Anyway, off to tea. Um, if you make it, take the job. Yours, Kieran."
Mm. No money but a job offer. Karen, you bastard. And I'm not touching that room that looks frozen in time. I am grabbing whatever knickknacks look like they may have some value or I can pawn on my way out. I'm going out the front door,
Yeah,
right?
there's like there's like little like trinkets here and there. You do see
Right.
like there's like a small like an you actually see like a spyglass, which is pretty rare, like pretty legitimately rare.
Right.
And also I'm going to assume you pat his body down.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You find a coin purse with about 25 gold,
Mhm.
13 silver, and 33 copper.
Ooh, money.
Okay. I will I will kick the front door open, uh strut out, right? Turn around to face the door, and scream, uh, "That's what happens when you're friends with friends of the pointy ears. Uh, Brom Withingham will settle all debts. That's right. There's no fucking with Brom Withingham." As loud as I possibly can, right? And
Mhm.
any fools that might be friends of yours should run off and find their other friends as quickly as possible, at least before I can find them. And I will run off to find some place where I can drop my disguise safely, or at least I feel I can drop my disguise safely.
Okay. There's like there's like farmsteads nearby.
Mhm.
There are like you see like there's like like a collection of like trees and shit because you're like
Yeah,
people
that's
still have like
perfect.
Yeah, cool.
Cal's a
You can like
dum-dum, that's fine.
you can essentially dive into some bushes,
Yeah.
by some
Looney
trees off the
Tunes.
side of the road, leading out, the little trail
Yeah,
leading out.
I
Of
know
town
this
here.
is a shocker. Cal's not a mastermind. Like that in his mind, that'll be perfect. No one
Yeah,
will
cool.
suspect a thing.
Cool,
I
very
have the
good.
biggest question, Sean. So
Yeah.
fast. From where they're at, and me being at the general store area, can I hear whatever the shouting was?
No, they're way too far away for that.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're too far for that.
Never mind.
Okay, Dom, you hear shouting. You hear the shouting,
I
and
definitely
you
saw
are
him turn it to Brom, right?
you did, yeah.
Okay. No, so then there's just a groan. And then I
And
assume
you
I
can
see
see what looks like Brahm just running off, looking around, and then like running in and diving into some like bushes and trees.
I will slowly make my way in that direction, but I'm not gonna like tip it off by meeting him where he's at. I'm just gonna hang out in a spot where I can kind of see him eventually leave that area.
Or you kind of take the long way around and come
Yeah.
out on the road and then come up that way.
Yeah, I'm trying
Um,
not to be obvious about it.
okay, cool.
There's no
Just to
reason
complete
Dom
this
would be
picture,
following Brom.
right? Just to complete this picture, Cal, after turning back into Cal, is like proceeding nervously and is constantly like, you know, taking, 50 yards, right? And then waiting and then walking another 25 yards and wait. Because in his mind, like, he gave the perfect signal and Dom should be right here. What's going on?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Shortly after you're like kind of stutter walking there,
Mhm.
you see Dom making his way up the
Wonderful.
trail, heading your direction, and the two of you meet up.
Well,
That
as
was
I
theatrical.
yes, well, unfortunately, as I suspected, Mr. Flowers is no more.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, it quite terrible.
You know,
And
there's a ritual that I perform for those who have passed. If you want, I could provide that for your friend.
well, past is really a relative term when it comes to Mr. Flowers. What do you say we get back to the Manticore's tail, and I might fill you in on in a little greater detail about this situation.
I think yeah, that's fine.
Wonderful, and yeah, it was excellent morning excursion with you, Tom. Always a pleasure.
Uh, this one time has also been a pleasure for me.
Yes, well, we're establishing a pattern.
One for one, as it seems.
And the two of you begin heading back into town. As you make your way, you do see a couple of people are like standing near the edge of their fence, kind of like on their tiptoes, trying to get like a view of the flowers farm, and kind of like talking to themselves. And you hear one of them say, "Like, well, I just heard shouting. I mean, should we check?" Um, and you head back towards Oakenstall. Um, uh, Amber, you head towards the injured young man in town. He kind of sees you approach, catches your eye, and then like looks down nervously, and like you see his eyes flick up to yours for a second, and he looks back down again.
I heard you got bonked on the head.
Little me, yeah, caught a shovel to my face.
Okay, your face or the back, because you're bleeding from back here.
It all kind of happened pretty fast and really kind of hurts all over.
Okay, sit down, and I will immediately begin pulling all the stuff out of this healer kit and just, cartoon style wrapping bandages all over his head.
Oh, that's okay. All right.
Mhm, mhm,
You
mhm.
you don't have to do that. I'll be all right.
Did you see who bonked you on the head?
Oh no, it was pretty dark. I was getting up to take a piss, and there might have been two of them, maybe more. I mean, they was all covered up, and then next thing I knew, shovel.
Big, little,
Oh, the shovel
little.
was pretty big.
Well, no, not the shovel. The people.
Oh, I don't, bigger than you. Um, about
Most people are bigger than me.
well, I suppose. I mean, we got a fair amount of small folk around here. I suppose not too much taller
Fair, fair,
than
fair, fair,
myself.
fair.
And he's like average height for a human.
Uh, are the Aaron, not Aaron, the guards, are they the caravan guards, are they still nearby while I am
Um,
fixing on
the
this guy's brain?
Yeah, the head of the caravans, they're here. And the like there was another guard, like someone hired on for protection, same way that Rainier has been doing it. That way Rainier like doesn't have to stay up all night. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, he's here, but you catch that like he didn't stay here with the carts because they locked them up and paid for like like, hey, you're gonna lock this up, and that it seems that like they didn't feel like they needed to put a guard on it, right? That's like what you're catching from the bits of conversation that are happening around here.
Got it.
Yeah. And although like it wasn't made clear, like the people that traveled with you, like they also like stayed around the inn, or if they didn't have the money, they were camping just outside, on the edges of town as well.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So like this morning, although like I didn't mention it, like Rael was in the tavern as well, just kind of having a meal to himself. I mean, I haven't seen you around town before.
I came in with the caravan that you were supposed to be guarding. Well, that you were guarding and got bonked on the head for guarding.
Oh, I'm right. Sorry, miss. I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, you got bonked on the head. You said
Well,
that a few times.
with that, I know what happened.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, I, I guess somebody wanted to take our stuff, and I wonder if it's, well, how long were you in there? Did you hear the fight? We got in a fight in the well, there was a fight in the tavern.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about that. I've been in the barn all night and then, well, unconscious for a lot of it. What kind of fight you get into?
It's not important. Just trying to figure out the time that you got that they came in.
Oh, I mean, maybe after midnight. Not sure exactly. I mean, I didn't keep a timepiece with me in there.
All right. Well, you grind these up a couple times. They'll keep your brain from swelling.
Oh, is that bad?
Oh yeah, it's real bad. You'll die.
Oh,
You
you're
shouldn't
real good.
die.
You're real good at this.
Hmm. I mean, half of my job is hitting things with big hammers. So, um,
Oh, all
occasionally,
right.
I mean, not that I hit you with a shovel or anything like that, because like you said, they were taller than me anyway. Okay, well, like I said, grind them up a couple times, keep your brain from swelling, keep you from dying. Bye.
I didn't get your name.
Oh, I'm Ember, Ember Prime.
Ember Prime. Uh, I'm Gil.
Try not to die, Gil.
I hope so, or don't. Oh shit.
Mhm.
And I will pack up my healer's kit and I will head for the general store.
Okay. You as you are heading there, your Rainier and Leyless are walking out.
Ta-da.
Oh,
Hey.
hey, how's the kid?
He's fine. Got a concussion. As long as his brain doesn't swell, he won't die. Said that it was a couple people, tall people that robbed him, but I thought maybe it might be Brom, but he said that it was after midnight, and I don't remember when we got in the fight because
That would have been in the evening, shortly after getting in.
It could have been them.
it could have been them. They could have been mad and taken our stuff.
Well, okay, let's be clear. Brahm's a
you knew
piece of
better.
shit, and I don't necessarily want to say that it wasn't him, but
Oh yeah,
there's a very high chance that there are other shitheads that live in this town.
yeah. I just,
I'm
we could go
I'm
ask.
still my first suggestion is that Brom did it, so we should retaliate.
I
If
was
he stole
thinking
from
just
us,
go
should we
ask him
not steal it
questions.
back?
I was thinking just go ask him questions, not retaliate till we know. But yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Nobody has to get
You're right.
hurt.
Hey, how good is that general store? I might need to restock my kit here.
He'll sell you a magic item for $100, 100 gold. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't have that much money yet.
It's fine. What'd you say you need?
I just need to restock my healer, my kit here, my first aid, my healing kit.
Yeah, he's probably got what you need. And I'll like push the door open for her.
Ding ding.
Yeah, I will walk in. So a healer's kit has 10 uses and is like 5 gold. I don't know if I have. I mean, I know I used one on Rael. I don't know if using one on Gil counted. Either way, I would just like to, rather than having to buy a new kit, just restock. I figure it's 5 gold a piece
I mean, you
for the
definitely
kit
used
that's been
you definitely
charged.
used it on Gil for sure.
Okay.
You fully described yourself using it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you could buy. It makes like equal sense that you could buy like the equipment available to put inside of it again, right? That makes full sense to me.
So I will mark off a gold and refill to 10.
Yeah, I say gold's that's probably good as far as that goes. I think because it's split by 10, so yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he has those like kind of rudimentary things. It's not like he doesn't have like a brand new one, but he does have like the pieces to go into it as well.
Good
Anything
enough,
else I
Jim.
can get you?
Nope, that'll be all. That's
Oh,
it, I think, right now. Yeah.
all right. Well, come back anytime. Excellent. You step out. What is
Actually,
yes?
hey, real quick, you got basic cooking tools?
Do we have cooking tools? Now that's
Yeah,
something we
that's
keep around here in good shape. You have the cabbage soup next door?
no.
Oh, well, you should try it. They absolutely have cooking supplies.
Okay, those are gold. Unless he's differently pricing stuff, but
There doesn't seem to be a markup. It seems like that like some stuff is in like very good condition. They do sell like get like secondhand stuff. The prices here like very reasonable. This guy is not ripping anyone off.
while she is poring over the supplies that she is buying, she is just talking nonstop. Uh, just like she's looking at the cooking supplies and she's just going on and on about the ovens at the bakery that are in Miris and the time that, we had I almost destroyed the sourdough starter, and ever since then I'm not allowed to make the sourdough. I have to stick to the other and just nonstop.
Yeah, he's like listening intently, like and with you, excitedly for a while, and then like you kind of keep going, and he sees like there's customers he needs to tend into, so he's doing that thing where he's like helping people, then every now and then looking at you, nodding, that you don't say.
Hmm.
Excellent. Anything else you need from the store, sir?
Nope. That's it.
Okay, cool. As everyone's finishing up there, what's Merv been up to?
Merv is like Merv's had a lot of time to walk and think. It's kind of hard to do proper work when you're on the road with all the bumping and with not having like a enclosed space to sort of spread out in. So Merv is finally getting some time to just work.
All right. Is there anything like in particular that he's doing?
I think he's got a couple like what he would call family recipes, which are just bits of like family lore for an item that was theoretically made by like, a great grandma or great pa. And he's like had a couple ideas for a few of them, basically creating his infusions.
Okay, cool. Cool. Very cool.
I'll
Um,
describe them whenever somebody else intersects with them.
yeah,
Do
sure.
I have a window to my room?
Let's say you do.
Yeah, because I think the window is open and there's just a steady billow of different like colored smoke
You
that you
see,
can like see above the inn.
every now and then, like someone walks by on the street and just like something smells weird. Um, cool. You're busying yourself. Eventually, as the general store group and Kalawunax and Dom, you all kind of like see each other and meet by the well.
Oh, well, hello, guys. How was your adventure?
Mine was pretty boring.
Hmm. What about you, Calalunax?
It was the strangest thing. We saw Bomb headed out to the flowers place. A huff of some sort.
Hmm. Hmm. Did you happen to see anything else? What he might have been doing?
Oh no, we did our best to stay out of sight of him, given the events of last evening.
That's fair.
I hope you had everything off the cart. I hope you had everything off the cart because it got robbed last night. The caravan.
What?
Yeah. Kid got hit in the face with a shovel. He might die, but
Oh.
he'll probably be okay.
Oh no.
You might die.
Yeah, I mean, see if he
Yeah,
doesn't
brain
take his
damage.
medicine correctly. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, then it'll be his fault.
Yeah, I mean, it'll
Not
be a
his fault
fault
for
of
getting hit in the head.
yeah, it's fault of whoever hit him in the face with a shovel.
Talking about the medication regimen. As long as you explained it to him clearly.
Looks
Did
around a
you?
little nervously. I mean, I did, but I think I did.
Okay, so we may need to follow up. Got it.
So you said you saw him go into the flowers? Who's the flowers?
Oh, my friend Brian Flowers.
Oh, how's
Wasn't
he?
home.
Ah, never mind.
I mean, no one answered the door.
Okay. Well, I mean, different people have different viewpoints on what happens when somebody doesn't answer a door. But I look at
Quite
I
well.
look at Rainier and I'm like, well, we are here where he could have been. Our things got robbed. I really feel like we can make this progress of a plan.
All right. I put a hand on his shoulder. Slow down there, kid. Now, Layla's here. definitely has it in his mind that Brahm deserves to be relieved of his livestock, whether or not it be the case that that fella is responsible for the missing goods. However, perhaps it is best if we go and speak with Erin first, find out what she might know about the situation. And I listen. I'm putting your idea on the back burner, but I'm not turning the burner off.
I just want to clarify. I don't want to relieve. I don't want to. What would you say? His
Relieve him of ownership.
his livestock. He can have them when he catches them. I want to take his belongings, if you will.
I am indeed grateful that the militia has passed through this city already, and we are not. Now, that isn't to say that we would not have to deal. Well, actually, Laylis has a pretty intelligent idea of how to avoid being caught by any lawman of any kind, although things do go wrong.
This is true. However, I do believe if the militia was here, a lot of things would go a lot smoother for this plan, if you will. I'm just saying.
Right.
He said that he saw him running to the Flowers residence. His friend no longer enters the door. Brahm is seen running from the scene. I would assume that if the militia was here, they could investigate Brahm, taking him into questioning. And while he's being questioned, we can pillage his house. I'm just saying. But since they're not here, we need to, reinvent the wheel, if you will, so we can make up another plan in the meantime.
I just kind of look helplessly like at anyone else.
I mean, we could start off by talking to Aaron and seeing what the plan is to find our stuff. Because if they're gonna like get an actual investigator or something, I mean, we don't even know if anything was taken.
This is true.
Right. Just that a kid got hit and that our
Mhm.
cargo may have been compromised.
Let's go get revenge for the kid. Find who did this.
You all see the strange colored smoke and odd fume every now and then coming out of like the inn that you've been staying at,
Oh
out
God!
of one of the windows.
Better make sure Minerva's not going to burn the inn down, and I'll go in.
We could drop off his requested materials.
Yeah, no, I gotta go give him his shit.
I'll
And
be
I'll
here
go.
with Ember and the crew.
I'll go and like kick Merv's door so it sounds like knocking.
What?
I got your junk and your change.
Oh, hang on.
The accent is wonderful.
It's so good.
There's just entirely too long a beat. I didn't forget. Give me a second.
For all this time you're taking, you better be dressed.
Door finally opens. I think the first thing you notice is that he doesn't have the wraps on his hands, and now you could see like they are kind of fucked up, like pockmarked with like burns, like acid burns,
Good
like
fucking
scars
lord,
all
boy.
over him. What? Oh, you got my stuff?
Yeah, I do.
Oh hell yeah!
Go into the bag.
I had a breakthrough on two things. Yeah,
And?
yeah. One of them is the big inside bag. Great Mom Midge used to talk about the big inside bag. I didn't really understand. She talked about like you gotta like sacrifice for it a little bit, and you gotta like. But I figured it out. I think he holds up.
Sacrifice your hands? What in the goddamn hell happened?
He holds up a satchel that has just like what look like singular word, like halfling, like bits of alphabet just scrawled in them, though you could see like as they're scrawled, they are gently glowing with purple. Look at it. Here. Put your hand inside there.
I don't think. Tell me what
Now
would
put your
happen
hand
if
in.
I put. Tell me
It's
what
gonna
would happen.
it's gonna go all the way up to your shoulder in there, and look how big this sack is.
Now,
Not
is
even
there
close.
shit inside of it?
No, not yet.
Okay. I turn the bag inside out real quick anyway, and then put my hand.
Yeah, it's functions like a bag of holding in there.
Right, yeah.
See that? Bigger inside bag. I did.
Deeply appreciated as a man who now owns some 50-some bolts, and they are
Right.
not exactly
Oh
light.
hell yeah! Put them on it. Well, hold on. We're gonna blunt those edges there because I think I'm a little worried about it
No,
popping.
they're in cases. Don't
Right,
worry.
right.
I'm fucking civil.
Okay, so
You and I
listen.
should not talk very long with one another.
Why not? You seem great. I love you. You got good energy. You got some of your fancy science learning yourself, and that's pretty good. You ever seen a big inside bag?
Admittedly, it did take me a moment to understand you were saying big inside, not
Yeah,
big
it's big.
inside.
No, it's a big inside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that didn't clear it up. Yep.
He like holds it up so that you can see the runes on the side. Yeah, I had to acid etch those, and then once I had like the groove down, then I made a mixture and I sort of like run along that groove. I felt kind of a tango when I did it, and then it started working. That was pretty cool.
Okay, so this will be about the third time I believe I'm addressing it. Is that what happened to your hands?
Oh no, this is past stuff.
Okay, you need better protective equipment, my boy.
I mean, damage kind of done. Certain point, no point in using gloves when you got to be able to feel stuff right. Oh, also, see what I did with this jug.
That's so smart.
Fucking holds up a jug that has like a bunch of just like halfling words on the side of it.
Just like cast heal as
If I touch one of these, something comes out.
kept me on my toes.
Alright, I do have to see that.
Yeah, this one's called a special jug. I'm working on that item because that was Grandpappy Marv, and I think that's kind of a dumb one. He touches like the side of it and like pours a whole shit ton of water out onto the ground.
Okay. You know, we did already have a good conversation with the barkeepers. It would be nice
right.
in this facility, right?
Well, I mean, the good news is I got a lot more salt water where that came from today. So if we end up needing salt water, I got that covered.
Merv, why in God's name would we be in need of salt water?
I mean, like, you ever run a current through salt water?
No.
It works better than bog water.
Well, that figures. Okay, well,
Right. What are y'all doing? I can come. Well,
Laylis is insisting on doing some high theft, so we should probably go and talk with everyone else.
oh. I mean, why does he want to do, like, high theft on what?
On
Brom.
that Brom fella.
Who is he again?
Yeah, some jackass.
Yeah, I kind of lost the plot on that one when I was up inside the oven.
You know, you should take care of yourself or you will die. Like, just blanket statement.
I mean, I ain't died so far, so.
Yeah, you only really kind of get an opportunity to do that like once, unless you're real wealthy.
Look, I think I'm fine so far. But I appreciate your concern. I guess
Come on.
right. He turns and looks in the room, and as you look over his head, it is like there is a solid layer of smoke on the ceiling. You see, like, he has basically clearly made a workshop in the center of the room and like pushed all of the like furniture and stuff to the corners and then just spread himself out as far as he could. Like, everything is very individually set out. He's like, this
I'm not
probably
paying your clean deposit.
I mean, we don't gotta. This is a favor, and I'll clean it myself tonight. Give me a second? I need to gather up like a little bit of this.
And
Stays
then
there.
we go and meet everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, you gather your thing.
He gathers basically his alchemist supplies.
Yeah, you gather all your stuff. As you're heading out of the inn, your guys' passive perception is high enough for this. As you're heading out, you just notice as you're leaving the thing, you see once more as same thing you saw this morning when you're leaving, next to the door itself, is a like kind of like a bulletin board esque sort of thing. And there is your eyes kind of just flick over for a moment to a kind of like a bounty poster with a nasty looking hobgoblin kind of drawn on it. And you catch the name Drogar the Red, wanted, dead or alive, 400 gold.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. Oh, hey, everybody. How's your morning?
Wonderful.
I made a what I
mean,
want
you could-
jug and a big inside bag.
Ooh.
What was that second part?
What?
What was that second one?
A big inside bag.
Are you
A
saying
big
big
inside bag?
inside?
Oh,
Yeah,
a
2
bag.
words.
A big side bag.
And the first one's a what I want jug.
Hmm. What
You
is the
want
what I
salt
want
water.
jug do?
Well, today it's going to be salt water, is the thing.
Ah.
That seems like a terrible choice.
I mean, you don't got to be rude about it. If you got a current to run through it, it'll be, he like snaps.
I mean, I don't have an I what I want jug, but I don't know if I
It's a what
did. I'd choose salt
what I
water.
want jug.
Close enough.
I have a question for the magic personnel people here. You two,
Yep.
Ember and Merv. Where may I find an eyelash encased in gum Arabic?
What? I mean, you just take an eyelash and put it in, like, in gum. You could.
Where can I find
I
gum
can't really
Arabic?
help you.
I
that
think
one.
the general store we were at, they had
Yeah,
little
you could.
bags of stuff that you could use.
You
Okay,
could
But
get
like,
some
perfect.
it
gum
should have
Arabic
everything in
and
it.
just pluck one of your own eyebrows or eyebrows, eyelash,
Eyelash.
eyebrow would be a bit different, and then put that in there, and then you should be fine.
Very well. Okay, I'll deal with that later.
Why do you need it?
No reason. No reason. I'll explain it all
Okay,
later.
I mean,
I may need your help, Merv.
oh, okay, yeah, sure. Is it for the theft or something else?
It's gonna be the theft.
Okay, I can't talk you down on that, or
After I explain it, and we
right.
see what happens.
Also, do we want to kill the guy for 400 gold, or
Oh, I'm down with that.
it's a pretty good
Different
payout?
guy. Different guy. It's a
Yeah,
different
no,
guy.
different guy. I don't know what your all's plot's going on. I keep hearing him like Brom or something. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Whoever the guy is, the money's the money. We can all go for the money.
Oh, Cal, how's your friend? Well,
What wasn't home?
yeah, I had a guess.
Oh, yes. Actually, um, there was a little something for you there, though. He left with a little note. Yeah,
What?
perhaps you could hold on to this and make use of it, and I will hand Merv the spyglass.
Oh shit. Is it? It's just for looking real good.
As best I can figure, you should put it in that bag you made with the hide of the biggins.
Oh no, the big inside bag here. You do it. Look. It's fun. It's fun trick. He like holds the open of the drawstring open. Just reach your arm all the way down in there.
Cal will reach his arm all the way down, and when he's in up to the armpit, say, this is incredible. Do I have to stop at the arm?"
I mean, I guess you don't. I don't know. A couple times I opened it, not a lot of air came out, is the thing. So you maybe don't want to stay in there.
Right. Well, maybe the arm's just enough.
Right. Well, thanks for the. Well, thank your friend for the spyglass.
Yes, when I see him.
Okay. It looks real fancy is the thing.
I'm planning on going and talking to Aaron and seeing what may have been happening or what might be missing from the caravan. And after that, Laylis, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Don't fucking do anything around Brahm's estate or nothing unless I know about it.
Does that have to be a promise?
I would appreciate it.
I can make a deal, not a promise.
I'll make a deal.
I won't do it unless something of pristine opportune arises.
He just puts his hands up. I'll go find Aaron, but everyone else, if they got more to talk about, they're good.
Cool. Are you guys all hanging out in the center of town, like chilling by the well?
I'm following Rainer.
Mhm.
Rainer seems to got stuff going on.
Yeah.
Rainer knows about stuff.
We
I'll
could
hang
do
out in the center.
that. Mm.
All right. Okay. Rainier heads down. Cool. Anybody who doesn't go by Rainier, just kind of put yourself near the well. That way I know just like where you are. Cool. You head down to take a look and see kind of what's happening. You step near, you see young Gil is sitting there, kind of like touching his bandages on his head and just ow. Ow.
I walk past him and flick the back of his hand really hard with my finger. Just stop that.
Oh, sorry, sir. Um, um, you step into the like large center area of this barn, and you see all three of the carts are like lined up with each other. You see the horses are stabled. There's uh, stable hands, like cleaning out hay and taking care of the horses. And there's more horses than just the ones that the caravan have been using, but they're taking up like the majority of the space inside here. And you see Aaron, Hubert, and Andre all like scouring over and then like calling out every now and then something. And you see Hubert's actually the one like maintaining and checking the ledger, and they're basically doing inventory right now.
Morning, everyone.
Anything come up missing already?
You see Aaron kind of look over and oh oh oh, good timing. Uh yeah, we do have something. How do you know about that?
I put Gil's head back together.
Oh, you did that. All right. Um Yeah, apparently, paying for extra protection in Oakenstall doesn't mean anything anymore. It used to. I remember when it used to, David. You you see the stable master. It's like, oh, come on, that hurts, Aaron. All right, that hurts. And she hops down off the cart and makes her way just over to you guys near the entrance of this thing, and she says, "Yeah, apparently somebody broke in last night. Um, they went through. Look at this." And she shows like an actual like lock on the outside of the door that's just like hanging open, not broken or cut, had like opened. Whoever it was, they knew what they were doing. Hmm? And not just that, they knew exactly what to take. We're missing some of our most valuable goods. 200 yards of bastion silk. Do you have any idea how much that's worth? A whole 10 pounds of saffron spice.
Holy
It's worth more than
cool.
the silks itself.
Where the hell could they have stashed that much?
I don't know. And Gil here hasn't much help. He didn't see anything before he found himself on the wrong end of a shovel. So we don't know. We don't we don't know.
Well, this certainly falls under my own purview of job description, so I'll be doing what I can to be looking around town.
That we'd appreciate that an awful lot, Rainier. We really would. Someone with your skill set, I'm sure, could make better headway on this than we could. Um,
That's an awful lot of stuff, ain't it? Like more than a person's worth of stuff.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's for selling.
Well, no, I mean, like, you think one person alone could come here and take all that?
I mean, if they were strong enough, or I mean,
That-
they'd probably need a cart or something.
I mean, I guess look down at the ground for tracks. I ain't
Uh,
much of a tracker.
yeah, looking down the ground. Everyone that's here looks down the ground and like there's a shit ton of footsteps and like cartwheel tracks. Like you see people like holding carts and like pulling like little wagons and like that. Like there's a lot of movement in this town, and especially near the stables itself.
This might be a bad question to ask you, Sean. But how many bolts of fabric would about 200 yards be? Just so I, like, asking this question to get an approximation of either how many trips a single person might have to take, or how many people might be there. Because 10 pounds of saffron, that's not a heavy weight, but
No, light, but
but but the bolts would be obstructive at least.
yeah, the silks themselves, roughly 100 yards of silk is about like roughly like 25 to 30 pounds ish, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're like they would have been packed in crates, right? So
Mhm.
you're talking like additional poundage for the wood, like at least 2 crates of this stuff, like heavy. If you were strong, like you guys could probably carry, like hold it and carry it, but like a quick getaway, uh,
Right.
yeah.
A- and so we're also talking about packaged goods being taken, not just like ripped open carts or crates and stuff.
Yeah, they from what they describe, nothing was broken into. Like, like like things were like opened and checked, but not broken. Like,
Mhm.
whoever did this, it's clear like they knew to look for the valuable commodities to take.
Right. This might also be far fetched, but is it possible to check a lock to see if it is likely picked or opened with a key? Like if a key got lifted off of someone and then returned, or if it were picked, kind of thing?
Mm. David tells you he like as you're asking these questions, um, uh, 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 he holds like a key ring. He's like, "Nah, I got all the keys for this place. They picked that thing right clean. You know, and that's supposed to be a good lock too. I paid money for it."
Well, you'll have to get another one.
Sean, can I roll an investigation check looking for like footsteps inside or like anything that was left behind, basically for like minute clues that they might not have noticed they left?
Sure, you can roll an investigation check. Anybody who's skilled in investigation can either assist Merv, or you can roll your own individual.
Finally, I rolled good on something. Fuck.
Okay,
Vindication.
yeah.
Mm,
Cool.
okay.
Merv, you kind of like as they're like talking, right? You kind of like peek and start just wandering around, and
Mm-hmm.
looking around, like inside, man, as far as footsteps go, it's a
Yeah.
fucking mess, right? Like there's all like half the footsteps aren't even human, right? There's
Yeah.
all sorts of animals in here, and on top of that, the footsteps disappear into random straw. So tracking a
Mhm.
footstep in this particular place is gonna be tricky. Um, but with the 21, you notice you do a survey kind of around the carts, taking a look at a few things, checking just around the building itself. In addition to this, you notice with the 21 a few things. You notice that they're on the carts. You see little bits of like white fiber, like a little clump of a white fiber. Small, it's very soft in the hands and pulls apart pretty easily. Um, you also notice, and this fiber like does not like belong, is not a part of the
Yeah.
goods that are here. You also notice on the a trail leading. We're just gonna like again, this map is representative, right?
Mhm.
There's a trail leading out of around the back of this place, and you do see cart tracks leading away that kind of just go off on a trail towards what look to be like other farms and homesteads that way. And this seems to be like heading out of town proper.
Hey, Rainer.
Come up behind you.
I'll like as you're coming up, he just holds up the little bit of like fuzz cloth over his head. You know what this is? Cause I don't.
Do I know what this is?
Um. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
He also points at the trail.
The trail you obviously see, especially because
Yeah.
he's pointing it out to you. The
I
fabric
have
immediately.
I have some weird features that like may not be a part of this, but like
Go for it.
I have to mention it because if it comes up, it comes up. But I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
advantage on int checks for things that have to do with celestials, fiends,
yeah, it's your
and
Hunter's
undead.
Bane. Yeah, your Hunter's
Yeah,
Bane ability. Yeah.
yeah, the weird shit.
Um, yeah. You give it a sniff and like your senses don't pick up anything like no essence of undead or anything like that, right? Um, uh, um, I would say like you can make me a nature check or intelligence check.
Well, that would be the same roll. So,
If you
Okay.
make a nature, I can give you advantage to help out.
You
sure,
can.
I'll roll
Yeah.
that with advantage if that's all right.
Well,
Hell yeah, brother.
like
On a 14, like you're both like inspecting the material itself, and Rainier, the scent of it becomes familiar to you as you're like, it's not any of the, not this, not that, and you're rubbing it in your hands, and there's like a animal scent to it, and then it clicks in your head. This is wool.
Oh shit.
wait, what?
Sheep or goat.
Oh, they use a sheep to get the cart in here?
Kind of makes sense. Nice
I
and
mean,
smooth. Or, I mean, not to be weird, but it could be someone
okay.
who is like part goat.
Wait.
Unlikely, but that's
Oh,
possible.
there's part goats?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that'd be interesting to look at.
I mean, it's not that weird. But
What?
anyway, more than likely, it's just sheep. I mean, sheep are here, right?
Right. So if we follow that trail there, and do you look for sheep farm, sheep,
More than likely a sheep farm, because I don't think
right?
no sheep were doing any robbing, but someone who was on a sheep farm might
Unless they
have
unless
wool
there's a
on
half
them.
sheep, like you said.
Right. I shouldn't have brought that up with you. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's kind of
You're,
stuck in my head now, to be fair.
Yeah.
you hear Gil's like wandering, touching his head, and he like looks at you guys like, there half sheep around here?
That's
Oh my
what
god.
that's what he said. It's half
Like a
sheep.
were sheep?
Oh,
No.
were sheep. That's even better.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
You think that's what hit? You think that's what hit me up my head?
I mean, it might be, but if they did, they pulled a cart in here. Point to the cart tracks.
Oh, versus that hobgoblin, now were sheep.
Well, I got pretty good eyes for this sort of thing, but we should go get the others. Some of them might have better.
Also, in case of violence, right?
Well,
Like if
yeah,
there's
all the
bandits, we might need to
yeah, some of them.
just nod sagely.
I'll like step out and give a whistle, and just kind of wave everybody across across the way.
You see, as you whistle, you like Aaron actually comes over as well. Did you find anything? As everyone else, meets up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
found a couple things. A bit of sheep fluff, a bit, and then tracks leading out into the country, but like cart tracks.
I want to
yeah.
just calmly put my hand on Rainier's shoulder and just give him the smile. Just a big smile.
Now remember what you told me.
But sheep farm, I heard? I've
Yeah.
heard of somebody who loves to deal with sheep.
Mm,
Well, I mean, Aaron speaks up. What sheep obviously didn't do this. So what does that? What does it mean?
I've
It
been
means
told to rein in my sheep speculation, so
it means a shepherd or a sheep hand, very likely. And I've got pretty good eyes for following this sort of thing, but if someone has better sight, we can follow these tracks to wherever that might be and ask whoever might be the owner of the cart.
I have a question for Sean.
Yeah,
The area that this leads into, is it more of like an open field area?
it would
Or
be more like grasslands. Would not be classified as forest,
okay,
but
never mind.
very good checking on whether your thing is active or working.
Thank you.
My favorite terrain is farmland. That's a very specific campaign, I think. um, uh, 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 Aaron speaks up and says, "All right. Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, you've all proven yourselves. If there's anything you can do to help, I mean, we would greatly appreciate it. I mean, we have been banking on those goods. I mean, do you have any idea how much saffron is worth in Maras? It doesn't grow around here, so it would be really great if we could get some of these things back."
10 pounds. That's.
Whew. Yeah, yeah, we got a pretty good deal on it too. So,
How much is 10 pounds of saffron worth in Madras?
upwards 1,500 gold if you know the right buyer.
Fucking shit.
I heard money.
oh
Yeah.
my.
you
We
reckon
should
you could
talk about my contract later.
yeah, before you talk
We're
about
paying
his
standard
contract,
rates.
what about contract for the rest of us who are about to go out and try to get your goods back?
Oh yeah, wait,
At
hold
great
on.
personal cost, we might add.
Yes,
Oh,
Rainier's getting paid for this, but we are not. So
well,
Not
Rainier
yet.
is getting paid to guard the caravan, as that
Right.
is what they have been signed on for. If you all wish to also be signed on to guard the caravan, we're more than happy to provide payment.
Oh, how much?
yes,
It's 1 gold a day, and we cover all
Uh,
of your food and drink and extraneous things while we're on the road.
I mean, I guess
Um,
if I'm gonna do the job, may as well hire on for the next couple days.
is there a
it's not-
hazard pay?
Nope.
Oh,
That's a shame.
no. Tell you what, though, these particular things are important to me and Andre and Hubert. Um, if you all manage to recover them, we can talk about payment. If you recover everything, we can probably spare 25 gold apiece. Does that sound fair to everyone? A good day's work?
Merv blatantly glances at Cal.
Well, that sounds perfectly reasonable.
Merv nods.
I agree.
All right. She spits in her hand and then holds it out to you, Rainier.
I'll do the same.
All right. All right. Well, um, good luck. I guess we got to finish up the inventory. We're pretty sure that's the most of what's been taken. Anything else? There seems to be some salt missing, but that's not that big a deal. We can get salt at the general store here.
If we see anything else crated up wherever we're going, we'll bring it back in for inquiry.
All right. Okay. Well, let me know how it turns out.
I'm so hoping it is what it is.
Salt missing. That's
May assault.
why would somebody steal salt? Like you said the saffron was valuable, but like
You said
Well,
there were.
salt's hard to come by, isn't it?
I guess
I mean,
Yeah.
Jim,
I mean,
probably
10 pounds of salt's almost like 3 gold.
Rainier, you said there was tracks to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Murph found him, and I'll point him out.
Out of the
Well,
way.
I'm not too bad at following tracks, so I would like to roll to see if I can follow said tracks. If we're ready to move on.
I'll give you advantage.
Oh my god, thank you.
And yes, you can make a survival check.
Tight. Wow. Wow.
Wah,
Wow.
wah.
Wah wah.
Luckily for you, the tracks are fairly easy to follow leading out of town, though they do begin to fade as they get further out of town itself. I'm going to assume at this point everyone is moving and following these tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
You all.
Once we're out of town and out of earshot, Cal would like to come clean about his events that morning, and he'll explain to everybody that, look, I didn't want to say anything in the middle of town with prying eyes and ears around, but it turns out when I went to visit Mr. Flower's home, he was in fact deceased. I
Oh,
thought it
that's a tough
best.
break, bud.
Yes, it's rather sad, but it's not like it was unexpected. He
Right.
did mention that he was anticipating that last night and left a note for me there. Um,
What-
but
wait, what happened? How did it?
It's you're not gonna believe it even if you hear it. Is the thing.
yeah, well, look, um, I think for the time being, right, um, it's best to leave it at this was not a surprise to Mr. Flowers. He informed myself and Merv about it last evening. So it was fully expected, knew that it was coming, right? Knew that it was a perfectly natural end to a rather remarkable and unnatural life. I went figuring, he was an only child. Both of his parents were dead. Um, I was, in fact, his closest friend, and as such, I figured that he would want whatever was left to go to me. And the note essentially said as much. But I also realized that maybe seeing me leaving a dead member of the community's home was not in the best interest for myself or for the group. So I may have made myself look like the braggart from last evening until we got clear of the space. And Dom, you were wonderful. You did an excellent job. I couldn't have done it without you. Here, here's your cut of the endeavor, and I will hand Dom 10 gold.
Cool. That's all I just meant. Fuck yeah. I don't know exactly what I did, but I'll take the money.
Well, you had my back, and what an excellent job you did at that. My back seems perfectly fine now, isn't it?
Well, if your
And
back needs help in the future.
And you also took the lead. You were very protective of me when we went around back. I couldn't have been more gracious. You definitely well earned.
I just look at Rainier and I'm just like, the moment has not arisen, but so many events are lining up perfectly for this to make this all the much easier.
He just puts a big hand, pinches the bridge of his nose, and sighs so heavily.
You all have been heading out of town following these tracks. These tracks actually go like outside Oakenstall towards
Oh wow.
the actual edges of the town, the farther away homesteads. Um, you see a lot more like large rolling hill like fields, something more designed for horse husbandry, where they need a lot of open space. Um, and you make your way, and you eventually come to a part where like the trail itself, like it starts to become like less clear, more a little overgrown, and then the trail kind of splits a bit, and you see there's actually three paths the trail splits into. The wagon kind of wheels that you saw have kind of long since faded away, and like they became kind of intermittent, and then hard to really see now as there's a lot more like grass and that sort of thing growing in these trails. Harder to catch where that thing led particularly. Um, and taking a moment at this kind of crossroads here, you see in the distance, there's at least, you see three houses in the distance in total. Two of them absolutely have sheep there, milling about. The other one, you don't see any, but you're not sure whether they do or don't. So you essentially, to make it clear, there's a left, a straight, and a right.
And which two have evident sheep?
The left one and the right one, the northern, the up straight path, it's hard to see. Like they don't have like corrals in the front of the area in the distance. There might be something in the back, but that one you just can't see from where you are. You'd have to go there to see if you can actually notice any kind of livestock or anything else. And each one is like the northern one, the straight path is looks like it's probably about like a 45-minute walk. The left and the right, roughly 20 to 30 minutes each. And currently, like the sun is getting high in the sky. It's like not quite midday.
Mhm. Well, based on what we saw back in Oakenstall, I think either of these two paths, and he points with his thumb and pinky towards the two left and right. We could either split up and investigate separately, or we could flip a coin and pick one to do first, and then the other one the second.
Is there any big difference between the two left and right passages, like footstep wise?
Footstep wise, no, they just both seem to be like, slightly overgrown trails, like used fairly often, but like out here, like not a lot of big traffic. So it's not as worn down as closer to town.
Yeah. Each of them have like one set of person's legs, or are they equal on both sides?
You mean like what you could fit, like walking wise?
No, like if we're looking at the footprints, some are humanoid, some are sheep.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you do see like some footprints out this way, and like there are a mixture of like some humanoid. You see the occasional horse,
Oh, okay.
and then
Yeah.
other some like what could be either deer or or sheep. But again, like from your role earlier, it's hard to
Yeah.
track all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Perfect.
I would like to ask Merv a question real quick.
Huh?
When you guys were leaving the inn, because you
Right.
showed up and said something about a $400 bounty, what was
Rat
that?
was on the door.
Who was that?
It was some hobgoblin, I think.
Did it have any
Something.
details of where he was?
I don't think so. Something the red or something.
Probably with that what did Gunloda say it was last night? There's like an outpost out here. It's been causing trouble.
I would not suggest splitting up.
That's a good point. I guess we flip a coin.
Flip a coin.
I'm with it.
Unless there's something else to ascertain from another survival check.
You are at the point where you have to make a decision.
Yeah,
So-
we already fucked up the roll.
I know. I'm sorry.
Um, who the there is a coin in here, but I don't know how to make coin happen. So probably
Do
the
a
best
D4
thing.
even or odd.
Yeah, I was gonna say D4 even or odd, probably the easiest 50-50.
Left, odd, right,
Hey,
even.
someone
On
got a
point.
coin. Yeah, Max 1D2.
Ah, haha.
All right, I guess we got right.
Yep.
Okay, you all head off towards the right.
How did you get the
uh,
D2?
Did you just type
Oh,
it
I
in?
see it.
Tell it to
No,
do it.
when you look on the far left and click the
Far
little
left,
dice
yep.
roller. Yep.
Yeah, the very top one is a D2. I actually
Yeah.
forgot that was there. Cool. You oh shit.
That's a lot of ones. Holy hell.
Yeah, well,
All right,
50-50.
continue.
Yeah.
Cool. You all travel on about roughly 27 minutes or so, right? And you approach a kind of a it's modest but large farmstead. It's 2 stories tall. You see about 2 dozen sheep milling about. You see a little like collie dog sitting in the field, just kind of panting, keeping an eye on the sheep themselves. As you approach, it stands up and starts barking. And you all are about like, let's say, 100 feet away from the house itself. Are you approaching in like a specific way, or are you just walking up?
I mean,
I mean, what's the move? We want to sneak or?
I could suggest that the two of us who are good at sneaking and have high stealth can try to get closer to the house without the group, and the group watch from a farther point. Rainier has the crossbow, and Merv has his magic rocks that he can sling at people.
We can also just try approaching the homestead and like talking to whoever might be there. But I'm definitely down for standing back here and watching you guys sneak up.
Yeah, I also got a
I-
spyglass now, just for this kind of occasion.
we do have a third option in which the non-sneaky people go up and talk to the person while the sneaky people go around to verify everything that they say.
That too.
Ooh, spicy.
Would create a good distraction for those stealthy people.
Yes, it would.
You hear a
I'm sorry, I wasn't
like
paying attention. Did someone say distraction?
Yes. Yes.
you hear like a whistle coming from it sounds like it's like behind the house, and you see the dog stop barking, turn, and then like run towards that whistle. But you don't see anyone.
Huh. So, what
Alright.
would you guys like to do?
Kalu, unless somebody stops him, is walking towards the front door.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. You guys go do some sneaky shit.
Okay.
Not exactly sneaky, so
Oh, come
there,
along, Emma.
you see this thatched roof wooden house, 2 stories tall. There's some overgrown bushes near the front, and then out here like there is a lot of like tree line that's very close to the house as well. So there are spaces to like hide and sneak around to like move about without being directly observed.
Tight.
I would like to stick to the tree lines.
I
Okay.
will go with him.
Okay, cool. Okay. Everyone who is going to the tree lines, put yourself just here, just so I know what group is where. Hell yeah. Okay, and then I think almost everyone else is it just Cal that's going up to the front door, or is everyone else going to the front door?
Wait, why did they move me all the way down there?
Going
Come to
with,
the
but I'm
front
putting
door.
Cal
Yeah.
in front.
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, I'm not sneaky, so
Right.
You
Okay. So
could.
the 4 of you are going up to the front door, and then Dom and Laylis are going into stealth mode. The 2 of you give me stealth checks.
Mhm.
Oh god, this is not gonna go well.
Come on. No whammies.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. All
Oof.
right. All
Doing
right.
great tonight.
Oof.
All right. Cool. You slip
Oh wait,
into.
hold on. Nope, nope, just kidding. I have inspiration. Fuck that noise. We're doing okay. There we go.
Now we're
Okay.
talking.
Yeah,
There
You
there
have
you
a
you
point.
go.
There's my one inspiration.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, just for like everyone's note, like I'm not gonna like try to do whatever your things are like as close to the event happening, but like I'm not gonna like give you like a real hard time about it because like I might move quickly on things. So like if you have like reaction abilities to like offset something, like if it's like I have a reaction before I get hit, or if someone makes an attack, if I already roll the thing and say something, you can do it. I don't care. You
Okay.
just can't do it like 2 turns from then, right?
Yeah.
That's too
Yeah,
far.
that's fair.
Yeah, but just an FYI. Cool. You all stealth into the trees. Laylis, like as soon as he like steps into the tree line, it's like is a ghost. There's like a wind blowing leaves and he is gone. And Dom very easily slips behind some cover and then he too disappears from sight. And you just hear very soft footsteps over some leaves that eventually patter out, and you hear nothing anymore. I'm assuming the 2 of you are like, are you going around the house? Are you trying to go around the back? Is that what you're doing?
I
I was
bel
going for so I could get like a side view of what all was back there.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, around the side of it, well, I'll tell what you see in a moment. So you guys stealth around to the side. The 4 of you walk up to the front. What do the 4 of you do?
I'm just striding up to the front door, and assuming I get to the door without being interrupted, I'm just going to start
Mhm.
knocking on the door.
Cool. Yeah, you knock on the door. It's they actually have like a kind of like a wrought iron kind of knocker on this door.
Great. Yeah, yeah.
Makes a big loud kind of boom noise, and you hear a kind of muted voice saying, "In a minute." And the 2 of you around the side of the building hear that voice a little more clearly as you can see someone is out back, and that dog is kind of like walking around in circles. It's You'd have to move like further around to get an eye on the person because right now like they're like approaching the back of their house, so the angle's a little harsh for you guys.
Okay. I'm gonna push a little bit further back.
Okay, cool. You push a little bit further back, and you catch the glimpse of someone. They're humanoid. They are wearing kind of tannish looking linens. You catch some orange hair, um, and kind of light skin. I would say they're roughly about as tall as you, Laylis.
Okay.
And Dom, you don't notice any like they don't have any features similar to you. Like you don't see horns or anything like that on them.
Yeah.
Um, and then like they're moving pretty quick to answer the door, so you get like that glimpse of them. And then like the dog goes into the house, and you see there's like some chickens doing their thing out back. You see there's like a little water trough, but you don't see anybody else out here. And there's just like a small fence to keep the chickens in place. But like the whole back of the house is open to you all. Anything you do immediately.
I don't not necessarily immediately, but I definitely want to wait till I start here talking to push in further.
No, yeah, when he says here's the talking, um, sort of make like a dash for the back side of the house, like against the wall of it.
Cool. um, uh, those of you at the front of the house hear footsteps approaching, and then you hear him say, "Hold on, I'm almost there." And then the door opens, um, and you see someone with a surprised kind of look on their face. They have kind of longish, reddish kind of hair, palish skin with a light tattooing on their face. You can see the point of their elven ears sticking out from the hair. They have like a half shave on one side. They look like they've been like sweaty doing like work today. And standing in front of you is the young elf who you all assisted last night, who introduced himself as Zane. He looks to the group of you. Oh, it's you guys from the Manticore last night. Well, what are you doing out this way?
Well, isn't this fortuitous? Um, Perhaps you'd like to invite us in.
Um,
We're very concerned about your welfare. You know, that brigand from last evening, who knows where he might be off to and what he might be about.
Oh, Brahm, his friends. I'm sure they're busy elsewhere. He's never given me hassle at home. I mean, he's never crossed that line. So,
I'm
that's
sure they're
very.
busy elsewhere too, but and I'm sorry if this shocks you, but turns out Brian Flowers is dead.
He gives you like an odd look. Wait, Brian Flowers?
Yes.
What? What? Wait, what? What happened?
I don't know, but apparently some of the neighbors saw Brom leaving the Flowers estate this morning.
And he has like his like face pales a little bit. That's well, you don't think he? I mean, you don't think Brahm?
Don't know what to think, but we just figured that anyone seen with those of us that, well, uh, kicked his ass, and I gesture to my compatriots last evening, might be a target. We don't know that that is the case, but after the horrible news about Mr. Flowers, we thought better safe than sorry.
Do I hear Sean? Sean, do I hear Kylo Linux from the backside of the building talking
Uh,
to?
Yes, I was. You can make your move to get closer.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say once I get to the wall, because I thought I would already be there. To signal to Dom and hoist Dom up to the second story, so that he's up there and we can get a higher vantage point.
Okay, I will say the layout of this house allows you to, with some effort, hoist someone up to the top. If that is what Dom also agrees to.
Why not?
Okay.
I'm loving this plan.
Okay, great. I will need an athletics check from
Oh god.
Laylis, and I will need a second stealth check from Dom.
My rolls are trashing me. Oof.
Oh, it was so
I
close.
guess my stealth didn't go up. There we go.
There we
Ha!
Yeah,
Oh.
hell
Okay.
yeah.
Amazing, amazing stuff.
You give him you lead down, interlace your fingers. You're like, come on, I'll give you the boost. You lift him up, and his the shift of his weight moves suddenly, and like you fall on him.
Most
Like
certainly me.
um, there's the four of you up front hear like
Oh,
a
great.
noise, and you see Zane's head kind of snap around to the back, and like he's looking back through his house, but the door to the back of the backyard is not immediately there. There's no like windows that give immediate sight to it. He's just like looking, going, "Did you guys hear that?"
Zane, come this way. Apparently, they're coming in through the back. Please, investigate. And I'll try and pull Zane out of the house.
I mean, you pull him like he doesn't like immediately resist, right? But
Right.
it's that like you get him, and he's like, wait, what? Who's coming out the back?
Uh, yes. Well, I mean, who else could it be? It must be Brahm and his men. Rainier, Amber, please. Go check on what that noise is. Merv and I will keep Zane safe and get them to a safer location. And I'll try
Right,
and hustle Zane further from the house.
we
All right,
got this covered.
what are Laylis and Dom doing right now?
Can we switch that up and try again? This time I'll be hoisting him because I'm somewhat good at athletics.
You certainly can. I'll need an athletics checks from
All
you,
right.
Dom, and a stealth from you, Laylis.
Oh
Alright.
god, here we go. Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm done
you
rolling tonight.
you
Oh, God.
struggle to push him up, and you are like lifting him into the air, but like this elf is dense. He's a dense boy. What are as you are lifting him? What are Raynor and the others doing? Cal, I know you trying to corral
Mhm.
Zane right
Um, fully expecting our allies to maybe be stealthier than this. I fear the worst, and I have drawn the crossbow as I come around the corner.
now. Okay, so you're going around the side of the building. You
Gonna go
as
through the house.
you're gonna go in the house. Okay.
Yeah. As
Um,
as Zane is being pulled out of the doorway, I am pushing in the doorway.
okay. You're taking a few steps in. Merv, where are you in all this?
I'm helping Cal. I'm just
Okay.
a part of the routine. Like, yeah, we got to go over here. We'll get you out of the line of fire.
Okay.
Oh, thank the
So
gods that we've chosen to come see you this morning.
That's a real spot of luck.
Renew, you come around the corner just in time to see Dom heist Layla's up onto like the slope of this thatch roof, and Layla's like you're up and like you're making your footsteps, and it's pretty quiet. You're not you're not giving yourself away. You don't hear no creaking, no breaking, and you're able to like get up to the roof section. There are some like there are windows up here that would be a little tricky to get to, but they are open.
I Okay, to make this a little bit easier, I use myself as like an anchor and I tie the rope that I have in my satchel around me and drop it down and start trying to hoist Dom up, so that way.
This feels terrible.
Okay. All right. No.
I'll just shut up. You check high, I'll check low.
Okay, that works too.
Like, I'll come around and I'll be, what the fucking hell are you doing?
I put the
Look,
rope back up.
some snags were had, and we apologize. We overestimated our abilities for sure.
I'll look low with you.
All right, cool.
Excellent. Okay, Laylis, where are you going? You're on the roof. There. You have egress into the place to the second floor.
I want to like. Oh, I'm in the house, correct? Or no? You said on the roof. So
You're on the roof. You can get into the house, but like these windows, like they're not designed to be accessed from the outside. So like you're gonna have to do some acrobatics to like get in.
Okay, I just want to see before any like attempt to break in. Like try to peer through them out of a little corner and see if I can see anything that seems out of place. Like
Cool.
maybe a more of investigation.
Yeah, you kind of like grab and I'll just tell you what you see, right? Because you're just looking directly in here. You kind of grab hold of a corner of this thing and lean to just catch a good glance inside the window. Inside the window you're looking at looks to be like a bedroom of some kind. Looks fairly ordinary. Looks like there's you actually see like a lot of things that like it's not an exact way that like your house is kept, right? But like it's elven in nature. So you see like male elven influence on the like furniture and layout of everything in this. It's just someone's bedroom. Amber, you are stepping into the house. Clumps on the wood in there. It There doesn't seem to be like anything like out of place in here. Like this is someone's house as you're stepping in. And you hear Zane behind you going, "Wait a minute, that's you can't just go. What is happening here?"
Well, you have to trust us. It's for your own safety. We will make sure that whatever craziness is going on out back is dealt with, and those ruffians are dispatched as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if they're here, then we should. Like, I have I have an iron bar that I keep around in case someone gets in the house. All right, I'll grab that. Right, you all seemed armed. Um, we can take care of them together. Okay, and he makes a move to like go into his house.
I just look at
Oh.
Cal.
Well, if you are feeling that punchy this morning and think that you and your iron bar are a match for trained villains with edge weapons, by all means, we will stand beside you. Let's go, post haste.
Um, Amber, you hear footsteps approaching into the house. What are you doing once you're inside?
I was heading straight to the source of the noise, which I believe is the back. I am also
Okay.
thinking that this is clearly not my traveling companions. They're professionals. Uh, so I with shield at the ready will sort of yank the door. Presuming I see them, I will then just very carefully close the door.
I'll say in this moment, as you yank the door, right, you've snaked your way through the house, found the back door, opened it, and stepped out to see what's out there. Rainier and Dom, Laylis has gotten up to the top. You guys are looking low. You see, there's no like cellar out here, like cellar door access or anything like that. There's just like there's the chicken yard. You can hear like a dog beginning to bark from the inside of the house. What are the two of you doing? And you can hear like heavy footsteps approaching as the door is beginning to open.
I'm doing the quickest look into any like sheep sheds or chicken houses and like just the fastest possible. So
Yeah.
it does
Okay.
not look suspicious when he eventually comes and looks around.
Cool, cool. As you're like, peering in, whether to hide whatever intention you are, or whether you are actually looking inside,
Yes.
you don't see anything out of sorts in a little chicken coop. Like from what you can see, the angle as you are, looks like there's some chickens in there. Everything looks like the farm. And then you see Ember swing the door open and catch eyes with all of you.
Fuck shit.
That was okay.
I wave to Ember.
Hi.
I have plenty of time.
I whisper. I do that sort of like loud whisper. Just hi. Okay, I'm gonna.
You hear Zane's voice from inside the house saying, "Brom, you out there? You made a big mistake coming to my house. All right, I got friends this time, buddy." And you can hear like that voice getting closer and closer.
I will close the door.
Oh,
False
God damn
alarm.
it.
Nothing. It's fine. There's no problem. It's fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
He's not. Well, I thought you said he was here.
Well, I mean, we thought he was, but
Yes,
What kinda-
we never said he was definitely here. We said we thought he was here. We heard the noise out back. We perhaps jumped to some conclusions because we were so filled with grief over the loss of our friend, Mr. Flowers. Yes, so we find ourselves here. But now that we've checked it out, thank goodness, everything is fine. I don't know what I would have done if I had lost such a good friend as Mr. Flowers and such a beautiful creature as yourself, all in the same day.
He make a persuasion check for me.
I'm gonna assist by just being hype man. Like I just stand to Cal's left and just nod sagely, like, "Yep."
Yeah. What is Layla's doing right now? Are you trying to get into the window or
I wanted to look at the rest of how you said maybe like one more window. I just wanted to peer into them before
giving you
choosing which one
advantage,
to break
Cal.
into.
yeah,
Awesome.
Do it.
yeah. So you peer you can maneuver on the roof of the house to get kind of
Hell
in
yeah.
an angle to look through these windows, and the other one looks like like a sewing room's not the right word, but like it's just a room, right? You see, like you're just looking at rooms that
Mhm.
like imagine you're living alone in a very large house, like how your rooms would look, right?
Like fabric room.
Right, like there's like stuff in here, but like it just looks like a room. You don't see like anything out of the ordinary inside these places. Um, uh, Cal, Zane looks at you and he's got like that like the iron bar in his hand. It's like a fire poker, right?
Mhm.
And you can see he's like looking around and all right, it's just well now you got me all worried. I mean, if he really killed Brian, I mean, he's coming after me next. I mean,
I mean, we don't know, but like he was pretty mad that we beat him up last night. So we just you heard the thump. We thought it was maybe, but it's not. Everything's okay. I have not moved from the door.
the dog's like barking right now, and you hear him like whistle, and the dog just stops and then sits.
Well, let me ask. As we approach, we saw that you essentially have two neighbors here. Did you happen to see either of them in town last night, or perhaps headed into town as you were headed home?
Yeah, yeah. Brom, he lives the house two over.
Mhm.
Hmm. Well, perhaps it is best we not wait for Brom to make his next move, and we should make ours.
I don't know what that means. It sounds very ominous, though.
I reckon it
I-
probably is.
I reach out and try and like put my hand on his cheek. It's best you don't know what it means. Stay here.
What?
Stay safe.
What is happening?
Honestly, you get used to it.
I'm really sorry that I pushed my way into your house. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. You have a very lovely house.
Also, which one of those two houses is Brahms?
Yeah, like more specific.
All right, so you obviously came up the trail outside town. So
Right, yeah.
you took a right to come here.
Right.
So not straight ahead. All right, that's the
Uh-huh.
Johnsons.
Right.
You left. That's
Okay,
Brahms.
on
That's why
the
I told you he's never gone over the line of coming here.
right,
Right? I mean,
sort of opposite where we went, like the exact other one.
hmm. If you're I don't know like what I mean, obviously you guys got into it last night, and you all seem like very dangerous people right now.
Oh,
So,
really?
um, he like kind
I'm
of like
sorry.
surveys the like you all are armed, well armed
I
and
have not
armored,
I have not covered up my hands and forearms yet either.
right? He's just a guy with a fire poker, and you're all like, look, I don't know what your intentions are, but be careful. Brahms, I mean, he can be dangerous. He hasn't done anything like. I'm just saying, be careful.
Just
The-
between you and us, he got anything you kind of want in case that happens?
He kind of like his eyes widen a little bit as he looks at you. And I no,
Okay. Like
no,
you ever seen him with like a knife and you
yeah,
saw it and you're like, yeah, I'd like
yeah,
that.
nope, not that.
Okay. Just checking, bud.
The concern that you show for us is really quite touching. Will you be at the Manticore's tail later?
I might just stay in tonight.
Yeah.
You might want someone here. You could get your friend over, the one you were with.
Adelaide, that's a good idea. I'll see if she's busy.
Sorry I burst into your house.
You know what? You were just, looking out for me, so like you did last night. So
Yes,
thanks.
perhaps a little overzealous, but heart's in the right place.
Yeah, yeah. You guys want any tea or anything? I just made
No, we probably ought to get going.
All right. What's Layla's doing right now?
I am going to wait. I didn't see anything of importance, so I'm going to wait till they start going in the house and back out to the
Fucking-
back and jump off the front.
Yeah, I mean they're in the house right now. Like you can hear like muted voices, but like you can't quite make out exactly what it is that's happening. But like there was like raised voices, and then it's much softer
When
talk
I
right now.
see Catalunax and them walking down the trail back to the entrance, I will jump off the house and just
That's
run
when
into
you're
them.
okay. You'll make your move then. Yeah. Okay, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Dom and Rainier, you guys are outside. Like you're close enough to hear more of what is happening inside. It sounds like this is winding down. What are the two of you doing?
I think just actually looking for crates, but then uh, heading to the front door and telling everyone we need to get the fuck we need to leave because we've fucked up this guy's whole day.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
got Goose.
At night, yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me though.
Both of us, or
But yeah, you both can from outside.
Can I argue for an investigation check?
You can do investigation as well. Yeah,
Thank
whatever you. Well, yeah, whatever's better for you.
Hey, there's a roll.
There is a
Nice.
roll. Okay.
Oh my.
Um, everything here seems pretty standard fare, Rainier. Like you see there are carts here. Some of them look like they haven't been used in a while. Some look like they're more regularly used, but everything looks normal, right? Dominic, you also notice that there are you guys were tracking carts. There are carts here. It looks like there's two that look like they're like in repair, and then one that is probably functional. That like looks like it works, is in much better condition. But not anything that's outstanding. Nothing that you wouldn't find on a farm.
Yeah.
Inside, Zane goes, well, I got some things I need to, attend to. It's just me here, so I'll walk you guys out.
Wonderful.
He escorts you all to the front door. Rainier, as you come around, saying like, "Hey, it's all clear. We gotta go." Startling Zane in the process.
Yeah, but I also make a point, like, while Zane is within earshot. Like, I am very deliberately saying, did any of you guys happen to mention to him that our caravan did get jacked last night?
Wait, your caravan was stolen from?
Yeah.
Poor Gil got a shovel to the head. He's
Oh,
okay. He's okay though.
is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bandaged. He's
Stop
got some
fucking
meds.
touching the wound, yeah.
He's probably got some swelling in there.
That's the second time in the last few months that's happened to that kid.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah. He gets hit on the like he got hit on the head a few months ago.
Oh, that happened to a cousin. They don't come
Wait.
out right.
Merv.
Hmm?
I just look at Zane and say, "Oh, hit on the head. Is that like a regular occurrence for this kid, or did someone else get robbed?"
Oh, I don't really know the particulars. Yeah, I mean, I come into town every now and then. I, I mean, he could have gotten hit in the face by like a horse or something. I mean, he's in those stables all the time, so I'm not really sure.
I have very low expectations, but I'd like to roll an insight check.
Sure.
Oy. I personally think he's telling the truth, but that is why we've come out to here to speak with him, was to get information from him.
Yeah, you have a point.
And a couple of, that seemed to be vehemently fought against.
Yeah. There's like a tense moment as you kind of like eye him a bit, right? Kind of think back, listening to him. Seems to be telling truth.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe someone in town knows. They like to gossip. So
Mhm. Well, rest
anyway,
easy.
Yeah, you
yeah,
have a nice day. You keep a hand on that there iron and
kind of like lifts it all awkwardly as like, yep,
yeah,
all
maybe
right.
do some like practice swings just so you don't, you know.
That's thing to say. We're sorry
Yeah, we
for
we
bothering
need
you.
to
We should go.
we're gonna go now.
So Brom really just doesn't like I mean, there seems to be plenty of like small folk, like Gil's boss said. I don't remember what that guy's name was. Come think of it, he didn't actually tell me his name. I didn't talk to him. But Brom just has a problem with elves.
Now, Brahm's got a problem with everyone. He's kind of equal opportunity that way. All right, and the door closes.
Yeah. As we're walking down the road, I'll just look at Merv, Ember, and Cal and say, and you guys happen to see anything inside the house?
Oh, no, I thought I was in charge of distraction.
I was helping with distraction.
I went through the house. It's nice, but there wasn't 10 pounds of saffron or anything.
Oh, that's
As
good.
I see them walking down the trail, I jump off the roof and just full on sprint after them.
Right.
Oh,
You
yes, the
jump off
recon team.
You
Right,
jump off
so
the roof. As you all like meet back up, you can hear the sound of a door opening, and then someone going, "Who's there?"
right.
Hmm. I'm not.
So
Where the fuck's the other half of the recon team?
Oh shit. Oh
I
shit.
assume Dom came
I
with.
did too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Dom,
made
are you hidden in the hay
Oh
pile
shit, I
somewhere?
didn't see you there. What the fuck?
no.
You were
Seeing
standing
as
so
how
still.
Zane didn't see me before, I would have made my way back to like the tree line and then met up with them as they were.
No, yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't catch anybody.
I need to
Okay,
stop and catch my breath.
Team Recon, what'd you see?
He has a very nice bedroom. Looks immaculate.
Okay, that's
Second, he has a
good.
fabric room. Didn't get to see everything in there, but it had a lot of materials.
Wait, isn't
Like
that one of
like
the things that
silk.
got taken?
I'm not too sure. I didn't have the opportunity to jump in there.
Okay, well,
We can keep an eye on that one.
we've learned some important lessons.
Mm-hmm.
To be more clear with our expectations of each other and ourselves.
Uh-huh.
To be more forgiving for when things don't go the way they should.
I mean,
Cal turns around and starts walking back towards the house.
So I have a question while we're walking back to this house. While I was on the roof, I might have overheard that Zane said that kid got hit before. Is anybody questioning that maybe the kid just stole it and faked it?
No, that kid is
I
dumb
mean-
as a box of rocks. He was sitting there poking his. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
it
me
was
rephrase that
definitely.
question. Not the kid stole it. He's a part of whoever stole it.
Mm. I am gonna be following Cal though.
Okay. Cal, you go back up to the house. What are you doing?
I knock on the door.
Oh, I'll be following as well. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The door opens quickly. Zane is there with a raised fire poker and is ah!
And I'm
Oh.
just a big, broad smile. Zane, as it turns out, bit of a fib when we spoke earlier. The real situation is that we're out here investigating the theft that my compatriot Rainier mentioned. And while we were engaged with you, some of our other compatriots were searching your grounds. However, it turns out their search ended prematurely, so we're going to finish it now.
Well, love the tenacity.
We're gonna end session there. Oh, that's great.
Thank you, Adam.